Good night, Bling Squad. I say night because it's about 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Today is Tuesday, May 17th, and I wanted to give an update. I am currently 30 weeks pregnant. Yay! So for those of you who are not a part of the Bling Squad, make sure you hit that subscription bell, or I should say that subscription button down below, and also the notification bell, so that way you know when I do new updates and post a new video. For those of you who are part of the Bling Squad, thank you so much, as always, for continuing to ride with me along on this journey. So I'm 30 weeks pregnant, and I wanted to do an update and kind of give you guys some information on, like, you know, what's going on with me at 30 weeks, because it's a very interesting time. So some things that I've been experiencing since turning 30 weeks. I've definitely gotten a whole lot bigger. I'm gonna stand up and see if you guys hopefully see the bump. For a baby that they say is pretty small, I think she's pretty big. Another thing I've experienced is constipation. Yeah, so thank God I'm still in the hospital. I know that might sound crazy, but I say thank God because I was just given some meds to help with that. Really just a stool softener. TMI, I know, but constipation is real. And I was talking to the nurse, and she said more than likely the biggest reason why is because I haven't had a lot of activity. Again, those of you who've been following my journey, you know that I'm in the hospital. I've been in the hospital since about 28 weeks and change, and I'm going to continue being in the hospital until the baby's born because of some complications. If you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, pause the video right here. I want you to go check out some previous videos, get yourself caught up, and then come on back. So yeah, due to those complications, I will be here in the hospital until I deliver. Speaking of delivery, as many of us know, full-term labor is usually about 37 weeks. Yeah, I'll probably be delivering at 34 weeks if she doesn't, let's hope and pray she doesn't, try to come earlier than that, and I don't have any emergency situations where they have to pull her out immediately. So the goal right now is to get to 34 weeks, and we are counting down. Another thing I have noticed is my appetite has increased immensely. Like ridiculously. Like, I don't get sleep already as it is here in the hospital in the night for the most part because of the complications that I have. I'm continuously monitored. I have ultrasounds like every day. I get my vitals checked like 5 or so times a day. It's a lot. It's a lot. So with that, I'm eating like literally around the clock. I'm always eating. I'm always hungry. Another thing is lots and lots and lots of discharge. Like a lot. Like I feel like I'm peeing on myself. One of the things the nurses ask a lot is, you know, any bleeding, any leakage of fluid, which would be like amniotic fluid. And at first I was kind of skeptical to say no, because I was like, yeah, I'm leaking fluids, but I wasn't sure if it was amniotic fluid. And then I kind of talked to someone and they were like, yeah, calm down, it's just discharge. You're at a point where you're gonna have lots of it, you're fine. So lots of discharge. Another thing, I cannot sleep on my right side. Definitely cannot sleep on my back, like even if I tried. And I cannot sleep on my stomach. Clearly that's not gonna happen. So I can only sleep comfortably on my left side. Thank God Brandon brought my body pillow because whew, this hospital bed, even though the head of the bed and the foot of the bed can be raised and lowered to my comfort, I could not get comfortable until I got that body pillow. So shout out to Brandon for that body pillow because whew, my boobs have definitely gotten fuller. I'm a smaller cup girl to begin with. I'm trying to angle the camera a little bit better so you guys can see. Boobs are a little bit more full, which I'm not complaining. Not complaining about that at all. And as you guys know, preparing to give birth, normally this is the time when your body starts to get ready, and one of those things is boobs getting fuller. Dry skin. Like my lips get cracked. I have to put lip balm on like a million times a day. They feel dry right now. I try not to lick them because that makes it worse, but I'm constantly putting on lip balm. Like, thank God the hospital provided a little like you could say travel case with some essentials like shampoo, conditioner, all those kind of things, and I didn't have to really worry about that stuff. And one of the things was lip balm because baby, these lips here, woo, itchy belly. The itch is real. So a lot of times my belly gets itchy. I do use organic and unrefined coconut oil. I'll insert a picture of that as well so you guys can see it. But yeah, I definitely need all the moisture I can get, and I love holistic and natural products. So right now my go-to for moisturizing is coconut oil, and I use it in my hair, I use it in my skin, definitely on my belly like 2-3 times a day, because being that I have so many ultrasounds, they're putting that gel on my stomach constantly, and that ultrasound gel that they use, that helps to dry your skin out and make the itch even more, because I've noticed since I've gotten in the hospital it's gotten worse. And I believe, and then I was also told by a nurse that yeah, the gel can dry your skin out and make the itch even worse. So I've definitely been loading up on the coconut oil. I've definitely been loading up on the coconut oil because the itch is real. And a little trick that I've learned to help minimize what are those things called? Stretch marks. Thank God I don't have any. I think one of the things that has helped me is when I itch, I don't do this and like dig into my skin. I kind of do one of these things here where I'm not taking the nail and digging the skin. I'm just kind of using my finger and like going over the skin. And that kind of helps and soothes the itch, but also keeps me from digging into my skin. So there's that. This little girl is extremely active. Like, I've been feeling her since maybe 7 weeks, little flutters here and there. And of course, as she gets bigger, you can feel more. Like any baby, when you're pregnant, as a baby grows bigger, you can feel them more and they're more active. Well, at 30 weeks, my child seems to be running, possibly playing football, soccer, basketball, kickball. One point, she was on the monitor and they started me off on my right side. And she was there. And you could hear her little heart, going, and everything was good. And out of the blue, she literally like runs across my stomach and goes to the left side. And you can see, you can literally see. And of course she didn't run. I'm sure she didn't run. She probably just rolled over. But you could see her just kind of and it was the funniest, craziest, scariest thing I've seen. But definitely a lot more activity in 30 weeks. And because she's a smaller baby, I think she has more room to play around with. So she's definitely taking advantage. Sometimes when I do ultrasounds, I could see her just kind of stretch out and, just like life is great. She puts her hands behind her head, she'll cross her little legs. Yeah, she puts her thumb in her mouth, sometimes her whole hand. I've seen her put her today, as a matter of fact. We watched her put her whole hand in her mouth. So lots and lots of movement. She's extremely active. Since I've been recording, she's actually kicked me a few times. So that's pretty cool too. Definitely nail growth. If you guys look at my nails, that is not normal for me. Like, all of my nails are long. This is long for me. So definitely nail and hair growth. Like, I had a mohawk, probably like 2020. I think it's like 2020, and I kind of kept it up into 2021. We are now, a few months into 2022, and like, I can put my hair in a whole hair tie. Like, hair and nail growth is real. Like, yeah, it's great. Hopefully it doesn't all fall out, because some people say, like, once the baby is born, they notice their hair will like start to shed a whole lot and fall out. So hopefully I don't experience that, but whatever. Some other things: insomnia. Definitely a lot of insomnia. Like, I cannot sleep. And I know a part of it is because, like I said, I get monitored on a regular basis. But I think the other part is just hormones. Hormones are all over the place. They're wild and crazy right now. So I'm just all over the place, and I don't sleep at night. That's why a lot of these update videos are recorded at night. Because the baby's positioned already, head down, feet up. She's been that way since about 25 weeks, I think. Shortness of breath has gotten worse. It's gotten so bad that they actually had to do an EKG on me on Sunday, because my heart was racing so fast. It got up into the 130s. And, I understand the nurse has to do what she has to do. Even though I told her I believe the baby might be kicking my lungs, or maybe the way she's positioned, all of my organs are just being pushed up, and so it's harder for me to catch my breath. But she had to let the doctor know. When she let the doctor know, the doctor was like, EKG stat. So I had an EKG on Sunday. That was pretty funny. Like, you could see in the picture, I'm like connected to all these tubes and lines and wires. And I asked the lady performing the EKG, I was like, I would love for you to get a picture of this, because I think this is hilarious. So I definitely had to get the picture of me getting my EKG, because, again, I thought it was hilarious. Of course, when they got the results, and they get the results pretty quickly, like, they did it at my bedside and they got the results right there. And she was like, yeah, just what you said. Your heart's just racing, probably because you can't catch your breath. Nothing abnormal. But they do that because sometimes you can develop blood clots, and pregnant women are more prone to blood clots. And again, if you guys been watching my story, I do have a clotting disorder. So I clot easier than most people. So already I'm more susceptible to blood clots because I'm pregnant, but I also have a clotting disorder. So with all of that combined, they were like not playing any games, got me on the EKG, because if you get a blood clot, the blood clot can form in your leg, it can form in your lungs, and if it gets in your lungs, it can kill you. And so they had to make sure, but like I said, there was nothing there. I mean, that was Sunday, it's now Tuesday. I'm alive and kicking, it's all good. I keep putting my hands up. I just want you guys to know the little bruising that you guys are seeing here. No, nobody's beating me up, I promise. Like, I'm not being held captive. The the veins blue as they were trying to get IVs put into my veins. I did have an IV for a short period of time. Like when I first got admitted, they were giving me fluids because I guess a test showed that I was a little dehydrated at the time. So there's that. I just wanted to put that out there because I've noticed I put my hands up a few times and you guys might be like, what the heck is going on with her arms? So there's that. Now, in addition to this 30-week update, I also wanted to answer a few questions that I've gotten. If you check out the description of this video, you will get the links to my social media. My Instagram and Facebook is there. You guys are more than welcome to ask questions right here in this video. Follow me on Instagram and or Facebook, and I do like daily updates because I have family all over the world, like literally the Cayman Islands, Cuba, Jamaica. I have family everywhere. So the easiest way for me to update them immediately is to put it on social media. So if you want like immediate updates instead of 1 or 2 times a week like I've been doing, please follow me on Instagram or Facebook. The links are in the description of this video. But some of the questions I got. Can I have visitors here in the hospital? Yes, I can definitely have visitors. Unfortunately, COVID has made life very, very different than what we know as normal recently. So it's been crazy, but I am allowed 2 visitors. It has to be the same 2 visitors. And right now, those 2 visitors, of course, are my daughter, Lauren, and my husband, Brandon. They've come to see me a few times, and I even have wheelchair privileges where they can actually push me in a wheelchair outside for about an hour, the most, and I get some fresh air. So that's pretty cool. How's Lauren handling this? She actually is doing really, really well for an 11-year-old. Sadly, I'm going to miss her 5th grade graduation, which she's so excited about. But I've recruited quite a few family members and some friends. Of course, Brandon will be at her graduation. Brandon's sister, her auntie Sam, who has like been there and just has been amazing and wonderful in helping, taking care of her, getting her hair done, helping her get her dress for her little graduation dance and all of that stuff. She's gonna be there, so you know she's gonna have some support. But she cried about it. She was upset. She was nervous. You know, she's 11 years old. Her mom's in the hospital. Of course, she freaked out. But once we got her to calm down, now she's cool. She calls me on video chat. She, you know, we joke and laugh. She gives me all the tea that's going on in the 5th grade and, you know, who likes who and all that stuff. And, you know, the video chat helps because we can see each other, and she texts me and all that good stuff. So she's handling it really well, in my opinion. She's very mature about the situation. She's had a few little breakdowns here and there and wanted to call me in the middle of school, and they've allowed her to do so a few times. But overall, I think she's handling it well. How are you so strong through all the scary parts of this pregnancy journey? That's a great question, because I have broken down a few times. Like when I first found out the complications that baby Jordan is going through, I freaked out. I started crying. I was worried. I was nervous. But between having faith in God and my husband reminding me of the faith that I need to put in God, I have been able to gather up the strength and, you know, get myself together. Like, pull it back, pull it back. This is where we're at. This is what's going on. I can't change it. Just got to deal with it. And that is my mindset now. So I've actually made a little board, and the little board has a little countdown to 34 weeks because that's the goal right now. We're trying to get to 34 weeks pregnant, and once we get to 34 weeks, the goal is to get her out. 34 weeks to be exact. 34 weeks in 1 day, 2 day. We're not 100% sure right now, but I see 34 weeks. That's where I'm zoomed in on, and whatever happens after that, we just kind of go with it. And I take each day, day by day, and I deal with that day, and I work it out. And sometimes I sleep all day. Other times I will get up and I will, walk around the room, clean up the room. Yes, we have, people come in and clean and sanitize, but, just to feel like I'm up and I'm doing something. So, I have my days where I may not do anything but lay in the bed and watch TV all day. And that's okay. I give myself that grace, because this is a hard pill to swallow for anybody, pregnant or not. You're in the hospital, you're away from your loved ones, you're away from your routine. If you know me, you know I'm a busybody. I can't do anything. I can't even go outside without a visitor wheeling me out there. So I can't even walk out there. Like, even if I had a visitor, I have to be pushed in a wheelchair. So I literally just take it day by day. Like I said, I put my faith in God. I have my husband to remind me of that faith. He's my rock. He's been there for me. He has been getting me through it. I can call him or text him at any time of day or night. And as long as he's available, and even if he is not available, he'll get back to me as soon as he can. And he calms me down, and he reminds me, it's going to be okay. And I'm just making it through one day at a time. Do I plan to breastfeed? Yes. Plan to breastfeed, and I plan to do it exclusively. I have my pump from home, but I've been told by the staff that they actually have pumps for us to use here. So we'll see how that goes. Probably just use the staff's pump first, and then when I get home, I'll use my own. Why not? Mine is a brand new pump, and hey, if I can save it, save a few uses out of it, and wait till I get home, cool. But yes, definitely breastfeeding exclusively for as long as possible. With Lauren, I was able to do it for 11 months. We'll see how Jordan goes. Especially right now, I must add, where in America, we have a formula shortage. So yeah, definitely. Do I have a middle name for Jordan? Yes. Jordan's middle name is Athena. Do I want to try for another baby after this? Yeah. I saw that question, and I really had been thinking about it a lot. I'm not sure. I still want to try for a little boy, but I'm also nervous because of everything that has happened in this pregnancy. And then you consider when I was pregnant with Lauren, I had cholestasis of pregnancy, where she made me itch from head to toe because she overworked my liver. So it's like, I don't know. Both my kids kind of started off on the wrong path, per se. Or maybe I can even say, like, pregnancy just doesn't like me. Like, I make some beautiful, strong kids, but I just don't feel like pregnancy likes me, So there's that. I don't know. We'll see. And then Brandon is like, no, definitely not. This is his first child. This will be his only biological child. And he's like, I think I'm good. So we'll see. Because then sometimes he'll be like, let's see how this goes, Let's see what happens in another year or so from now. So we shall see. We're going to leave that question kind of open-ended, unanswered per se. Do I have a nursery set up, or will I do a bedside cot type of situation? Brandon has turned his man cave into a nursery for baby Jordan. And after about the first maybe 6 months or so, she will go into that nursery. She'll have her crib, and she has a whole nice setup. But for the first 6 months, we do have a little bassinet for her that we are going to keep in our room, because I figure with me breastfeeding, clearly I'm going to be waking up in the middle of the night a lot to be breastfeeding. So it'll be a lot easier. She's right there. Just pick her up, breastfeed. His chair, it's a nice reclining chair that pulls out with the little leg rest and everything. It's right there in the room. I could sit in that chair, breastfeed her. get her back to bed, put her back in the bassinet, jump back in the bed. No big deal. Although the nursery is not far away from our bedroom, just would be easier. Plus, SIDS is a real thing, and I was scared of SIDS with Lauren. I'm sure I'll be scared of SIDS with Jordan. So, SIDS, if you're not sure, sudden infant death syndrome. Literally, they just die. There's really no answer. Now, there has been some, I guess you could say, some research found, and they think they found the answer. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll put it here if I get the exact details of it. But yeah, so SIDS is real, and it's a little nerve-wracking. So I'll definitely have her in there for the first 6 months. But she does have a nursery. It's beautiful. I'll probably do like a little nursery tour when we get home, and you know, show you guys all of the things. Will I do a day in the life and more? So yes, I will definitely do my best to do like a day in the life, because I have one child right now, like one child outside the womb, and I've only known what it's like to have one child. So this will be my first time as a mother of two. So yeah, I'll definitely do a day in the life. I think that would be pretty fun, and it'll be interesting for me too to kind of see how this plays out, and I'm sure for you guys to experience it with me and see how it plays out as well. How hands-on do I think Lauren and Brandon will be with Jordan? Lauren has already started shopping for Jordan. Lauren is the one who decided she's gonna get Jordan's clothes washed and ready for Jordan to be here. Brandon has decided to put the bassinet on his side of the room. Brandon has already told me he doesn't mind waking up. Brandon gets about 3 months paternity leave from his job, and he's taking every bit of it. So I really believe the both of them together will like probably overshadow me. I'll probably be just her food supply. I think they'll definitely be very hands-on. They're very excited as it is. They're very happy. Despite me having to stay in the hospital, they're ready for this little girl to be here like now. Where did her name come from? Okay, so for those of you who do not know Brandon very well, and you wouldn't because he's not a big camera person, Jordan, as in Michael Jordan, is where the name Jordan came from, because Brandon is a very big basketball fan. If you watch 911 on Fox here in America, I think it's on Fox, Angela Bassett plays the role of like super cop, super mom, strong black woman, and her name is Athena. So Jordan came from Brandon. Lauren loved the name Athena. Brandon co-signed on Athena, and I was like, okay, so her name is Jordan Athena. The last question asks, when is her due date? Well, if she comes exactly at 34 weeks, her due date would be June 10th. I'll see you on the next video. And as always, the journey continues.